I'm here with sophomore Andrew Bowers, who attended the premiere of The Dark Knight Rises on July 23rd in his hometown of Aurora, Colorado, where the tragic shooting took place. 12 people were killed and 58 were injured in this. Andrew is a member of the Bulldog basketball team and thankfully suffered only a scratch on his forehead. But Andrew, thanks for joining me and for having the courage to talk about something that's so traumatic like this. First off, if you don't mind, walk me through kind of what happened and what you saw and how you reacted inside the theater.
Yeah, well, it was about, 10 or 15 minutes into the movie when one of the side exit doors on the right side opened up, and the shooter came in dressed all black, wearing the gas mask and all the gear. And at first we didn't know what it was. Thought it maybe could be like just something to go along with the movie. It was opening night, and he dressed kind of like the villain in Batman, so we thought it could have just been something to pump up the crowd, and it might have just been a joke or something. So he came in and he threw something over our heads. It was making a hissing noise and it looked like something was coming out of it, but at the time we didn't really know what it was. But that was kind of weird. And then he saw that he raised up what looked like a shotgun, and at that time we knew it kind of wasn't a joke. And when he let off his first shot, just everyone jumped on the ground and tried to cover up. I tried to cover up my girlfriend as much as possible. We were in the third row from him, so we were 20 feet away, but it looked like he was aiming past us, more up into the corner. So we were just on the ground and kind of waiting. He let off probably 20-25 shots, and then from the front of the theater we heard someone say that he was going up and down the aisles shooting. So at that point we had to make a decision to either just crawl to the other side of the row, opposite of where he was, and just try to get out of there before he could make it to our row, since we were in the front. So at that point we just crawled to the other side and tried to think of a good time to make a run for it to the other side of the theater, opposite from where he was.
And your friend, who's now a football player at Colorado, one of the articles he mentioned that a bullet whizzed by his head. Did you notice that, or were you close to that?
At the time, no, I didn't notice. I didn't see any bullets. I mean, it was kind of frantic in the place. There's from what I saw, there was drywall coming down from the side of the theater, so there were definitely bullets going to the side of it, but I didn't actually see any. But there was just it was pretty chaotic. I mean, the smoke from the tear gas kind of made it hard to see too. So
what did you do once you got out of the theater then?
Well, first of all, I made sure my girlfriend and my other buddies were close behind me, made sure they were all okay. And then, I mean, at the time we didn't know if there was one shooter or multiple ones, so tried to be cautious in the lobby just in case there was another one waiting out there. But then we just ran out to the parking lot, got in my car, and we didn't even wait to talk to any cops. We left and just drove back to my house, which is about 5 minutes away from the theater. Said a prayer in the car as we were going. Made it home, talked to my parents before they saw anything on the news, so try to calm them down, and then just hung out together and watched the news and just saw everything unfold.
Is this a theater you'd been been to before. I imagine you felt comfortable in this
Yeah.
area. This is your hometown.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up there, and I'd always heard that. I mean, there's a lot of like gang shootings, actually, at the mall, which is where the theater was, and they make a lot of security. Like, they have a lot of guards there. And I guess since it was a weeknight, they didn't have any officers there, so. But you always feel safe. We would go to movies there all the time. It was about a couple dollars cheaper than any of the other theaters around, just because of the area, I think. So we had been to a lot of movies there, and just you never think something like that would happen.
Tell me about the days after it. How did you cope with it? I mean, were you able to even sleep for a while?
I mean, that first night was, you were thinking about it the whole time. You never had any free moments. And sleeping, I mean, I think we got to bed at like 7 o'clock in the morning at night. Slept for like an hour and a half maybe, but my phone was just going off the whole time. And then after that, sleeping's definitely been the hardest part. Just when you lay down, you kind of re-see everything going over and over in your head. So that was the hardest part. For a couple weeks at least. But
have you been able to go back to a theater at all, or is it too hard?
I haven't been back since. My buddy, he went. It was like 4 days afterwards to see it. He went in Parker, which is south in the better area, but he went back and saw the movie. But I haven't seen the movie in the theater since then.
In what ways do you think the experience has changed you? Do you have a different perspective on life?
Oh, definitely. Just faith-wise, I mean, it's kind of a moment you can't really expect to ever be in. I mean, when you're on the ground, when the shots were going off, I definitely said a prayer that me and my friends would be safe. But if we weren't gonna be lucky, just prayer to give everything to God. And then after that, at the moment, everything just seemed a lot calmer. Like, making decisions was a lot clearer. I felt like God was definitely with us and protecting us that night. He had to be, because we were just so lucky. But my faith has definitely got a lot stronger since then.